Hi friends, I welcome you all here at TNV Academy. In this session, we are going to talk about clause 8.4.3 Warning and Communication of an International Standard ISO IEC 22301-2019 Security and Resilience Business Continuity Management Systems. In this session, we shall cover all the requirements of clause 8.4.3 Warning and Communication. The clause 8.4.3 Warning and Communication has further two subclauses, which are subclause 8.4.3.1 and subclause 8.4.3.2. In this session, we shall discuss about both these subclauses in detail. Now, as the requirements of the clause 8.4.3 depends upon the requirements of clause 6, clause 8.4.1 and clause 8.4.2 of this standard, I would like to recommend you referring these clauses of ISO 22301-2019 for better understanding of clause 8.4.3. Now, coming to the mandatory documentation requirements under clause 8.4.3 of ISO 22301-2019. Subclause 8.4.3.1 states that the organization shall document and maintain procedures for warning and communication with internally and externally relevant interested parties. It also states that the organization can document and maintain procedures for how and under what circumstances the organization communicates with employees and their emergency contacts. So, friends, it was all about the mandatory documentation required under this clause 8.4.3 of ISO 22301-2019 standard. Now, let's discuss about the outcome of this session. After completing this session, you will be enabled to understand and verify the implementation of the requirements of clause 8.4.3 of the ISO 22301-2019. After completing this session, you will come to know how to document and maintain procedures for communicating internally and externally to relevant interested parties. Let's start with subclause 8.4.3 Warning and Communication now. Let me read and explain together the requirements of the subclause 8.4.3.1 of the standard of ISO 22301-2019. Subclause 8.4.3.1 states that the organization should document and maintain procedures for communicating internally and externally to relevant interested parties. Procedure should include what type of information is to be communicated, when, with whom, and how it will be communicated with relevant interested parties. The clause specifies that the organization can document and maintain procedures for how and under what circumstances the organization communicates with employees and their emergency contacts. According to the subclause 8.4.3.1, the organization should document and maintain procedures for receiving, documenting, and responding to communication from interested parties. The procedure may include any national or regional risk advisory system or equivalent. Subclause 8.4.3.1 says that the organization should document and maintain procedures for ensuring the availability of the means of communication during a disruption and also facilitating structured communication with emergency responders. As per this clause, procedures should be documented and maintained for providing details of the organization's media response following an incident. The procedure should include a proper communication strategy for effective communication. Subclause 8.4.3.1 also states that procedures should be documented and maintained for recording the details of the disruption and the actions taken to manage such disruptions. It should also record the details of the decisions made by the organization. Now, Coming to the subclause 8.4.3.2. Subclause 8.4.3.2 says that the organization should consider and implement altering interested parties potentially impacted by an actual or forthcoming disruption wherever applicable. Clause also states that ensuring appropriate coordination and communication between various responding organizations should be considered and implemented by the organization. It is recommended in this subclause 8.4.3.2 that the warning and communication procedures shall be exercised as part of the exercise program of organization described in clause 8.5. We shall also be discussing the clause 8.5 in detail in a separate session. Friends, we have covered now the subclause 8.4.3.1 and 8.4.3.2 in this session. Now, let's talk about the non-conformity under this clause 8.4.3. Please see the auditor finding action report on your screen for writing non-conformities under this clause. This sample NC report will give you an idea about how to write a non-conformance report. Please go through this and try to understand the various components of this non-conformance report. Now we have reached at the end of this session. I hope that you have an idea about clause 8.4.3 warning and communication of ISO IEC 22301-2019 Business Continuity Management System. I sincerely thank you all for your interest and attention. Thanks and best wishes.